Get a
Also,
quick
throw
one.
some love to my Hawks. Actually, I don't even like root for them for real, but good to see them make the playoffs.
And
You
like have a
know,
solid chance to win that series.
we're
They
favored.
do. I
We're the favorites.
don't
I don't think
like.
they will.
We all know like if it doesn't matter if they win. Like, so I'm like not invested if they do or don't. But just good to see them like solidly like that 4 or 5 slot. And you know I know they had some injuries this year. I didn't really watch them for real. But hopefully they can
Yeah.
also parlay that and
Here's
trade
the thing
for
about the
Luca.
Hawks. The thing about the Hawks that is hurting me, and you get into that Trae and Luca stuff because Luca started out so much better than Trae, but Trae gets his team to the playoffs in year 3 as a 5 seed. I think that's great. Like that's much faster. That timeline is moving faster than we probably thought it would be. They've built,
I think it's about on par.
they've put the right pieces around Trey for him to be successful.
Yeah,
He's second in the league in assists. He's averaging he's like 24 and 9, a 5 seed, and he is in nobody's All NBA conversation. Now his shooting splits aren't great, but if Julius Randle gets to be in the conversation because of what he's doing for the Knicks, I wish Atlanta had a real fucking media market down there because Trey has done enough to be in the conversation. Now I left him off of my list, but he was good. He was good enough to be in the conversation. That kind of bothered me, honestly.
yeah, and I did notice that like it wasn't even like a like just mentioning Trey Young's name. Like I think he deserves to at least be brought up. Like knowing that he won't
I mean,
actually make it, but like
we're
yeah,
putting Steph Curry first team All NBA, and he's on a fucking 8 seed. LeBron missed what 30 games, and he's gonna be on All NBA.
Yeah, like
yeah,
I remember talking to you and I was saying they came in at this Luca and Trae came in at the same time. Their numbers are not very different, and Trae's team is better. And this is not to say that Luca and Trae are equal. Like Luca is, I would even say, head and shoulders above Trae. But the delta and how they're perceived, like he's not that much better. Where it's like Trae's not up there, and like I would take Luca over Trae any day of the week. But for Trae to just be an afterthought for everybody, that still blows my mind. And like I don't think he's 13 All NBA. He's not one of the 15 best players in the league. But if people not even having him like in the discussion,
yeah,
when he got his team this far, he's the best player on the team. And as far as help goes, he has more help than Luca does. But his teammates aren't like really good. They're not a bunch of ball players. Like Bogdanovich
sure,
is good.
Tony Snell made history this year.
Collins is
he
cool.
did.
Tony Snell, yes, went what 50 50
100.
100. But you look at the team and like granted they're also in the East, but for him to not get brought up at all, it just blows my mind.
Was he hurt when the Hawks went on like that 8-9 game winning
Yeah.
streak? Was he hurt?
Yeah, they gave Bogdanovich the keys and then everything took off. And he
That's what
came
it
back
is
in.
then. Like if Trey Young was playing during that, then I think he would at least be mentioned. But like, there's no need to mention him now. Like,
Hey Joel, sometimes people make arguments about things and they purposefully leave out valuable information to make their argument sound better.
yeah,
That's what I was doing here.
No, and Joel, you are right. But when he came back, they kept rolling. And like, granted, him getting hurt is what started the roll. But for him to not get brought up at all, that's the part that I'm just like. And I'm not saying people should be like he's third team for sure. I'm just saying that he's not in the conversation, and people like just the amount that people overlook him. I don't get.
And quickly about that, a lot of the things. Jesus Christ, I feel like Mike Epps on GGN. But think about that is sometimes injuries are really good for teams because it allows other players to step into roles that they would not be put into, and it helps the coach figure out things that he wouldn't see because this season there's no practice, there's hardly shoot around, and the Hawks made a coaching change mid-season. RIP to Lloyd Pierce. That man's done. He's not head coaching
yeah.
in this league again.
And Nate is gonna have a job again now. Thank God.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, Nate didn't deserve to get canned. We talked about that already. Let me see.